Hey, good morning, everybody. Pastor Zach here. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today as we live into where God is calling us to go. I invite you to share where you are, where this is finding you today as we seek to build community, as we live into this promise. As you may notice, I'm in a little different spot, and I'm going to flip the camera just to show you where I am. Because when we talk about this notion of perspective, sometimes it is a physical perspective. So I am up in our AV booth. Unfortunately, the sound wasn't working when we did our outside service for this past Sunday, and so this morning after I do this, I'm going to record the sermon that we did this past Sunday, and then what I will do from there is then post that, so at least we can continue in that community together. But as I was prepping to do all of that and prepping for this morning, I really thought of this notion of perspective and what does that mean for us? How do we see the world? But also, how do we see it within community? So often we want to have this us versus them mentality. And what we hear over and over again from Jesus is that Jesus invites anyone and everyone in. That it is the connection and the community that transforms us. It is that connection to God that enlivens us to live differently. Not to change who we are, but to live differently, because God created us. And I think that's a reminder for me and for the world around us. 2 weeks ago, we talked about who is our neighbor. This week, we talk a little bit more about that, but about where is our focus? And how do we encounter that? How do we focus on ourselves rather than focusing on somebody else? Rather than, having this notion that we are better, or that they should be following our way, when it's about building community and about being open to listening to other people's perspectives. Some of you may know, I haven't posted it publicly, but we'll be doing that shortly. I've shifted my position a little bit. So I'll be working with some new mission districts, but I was with congregations in community last night in Schuylkill Mission District, and we were having some really good conversations about what it means to be in community together. That even though we are a congregation, it doesn't mean that we are against other congregations. Rather, we need to be in concert. St. Paul writes in Corinthians chapter 12 about being the body of Christ, and that we all can't be an eye or an ear or a nose or a toe, but we need all of the parts. We need this opportunity to be together, to see from different perspectives, to have different experiences, and to use that as community to grow stronger, to use that as community to support one another, to engage the world around us, to be uplifted, and to find new ways forward. We have an opportunity here and now, wherever you are, to do just that, to build community, to grow, to be enlivened by simply starting a conversation, simply reaching out, simply being invitational. So often we as church have sat back and waited to welcome people. That has been our perspective. We are welcoming people when you show up. And yet, we are called to be invitational. Jesus, in the end of Matthew, doesn't tell the disciples to wait to welcome people. He says, go. Go is an invitational word because it sends us out. It calls us to go out and make disciples, to be engaged in conversation. And making disciples is not a quick process, because we ourselves are in the midst of becoming disciples. We ourselves are learning to follow Jesus. And we don't always do it perfectly. None of us do. But together in community, building together, challenging one another, being enlivened by the Spirit. That's what invites us forward. That's what engages us and equips us for the work that God is calling us to do. So I invite you, show us your perspective today. Wherever this finds you, drop a picture of where you are. However you are engaged today, show us. Invite us in. Share a concern. Share something humorous that happened. Share something joyful. As we continue forward together, as we are invited together to build and to grow, let us live into the promise that God has for us all. Thank you all for spending some time with me today. I can't wait to see your photos and see where you have been today and where this connects with you. Please feel free to share it and also to join with us in worship as we gather together at 8:15 and 9:30 back inside and online this coming Sunday. And as we live into this process. Also, if you are interested, join us for our at-home mission trip for our whole congregation. All are welcome to come. If you'd like to sign up, please do so through our through the sign-up sheet. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me about it. It is August 1st and 2nd, and we would love for you to join us. And if you're not local, let us know. We can find a way for you to connect with us. Take care, everybody. Have a great day and an amazing week. God bless. We'll see you soon.